ride, huh?
Long ride.
Yeah, we back.
We are back.
What's up, people? It's been a long ride. Oh, ooh, stretching out. Woo!
Back to that.
We're back. We're live. I go by the name of J.F.K.
I go by the name of James Jackson.
You could have been anywhere in the world.
But you here with us.
Welcome back. Let's get into it.
You ain't my set, you ain't my friend.
True story, huh? Department of Youth Service.
Just one more night, and I'm coming off this long and winding road.
Why? Beg your pardon. Cops pull, no timeline. My grind sign, huh? Damn. And I'm going, I'm leaving, yeah.
The rap J.F.K. The rap J.F.K.
Feeling just like J.F.K.
Ha! J.F.K. Yeah.
Can't sleep, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Can't sleep, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la, sha la 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 la. Lullaby and good night. Good night. Don't let the bed bugs bite. It's time for Ona yes to sleep. Good night. Sleep is the cousin of death. It's like you when you sleep. It's like you hold your breath. Good night. Daily I wake up on the wrong side of the bed and I hold my head. Ain't no time yes for lullabies. Cause if I can't sleep, the world stays up with me.
This video is made for entertainment purpose only. It doesn't mean to hurt any. And don't take it serious.
So they see my pain, so they name drop, dry snitch, fucked in the game. The glam and the glitz, what's the price on fame? This crazy life of ours. Yeah.
I'm running through the alley, in the alley. Hop at the second of sundown, no front from January on down to December. I'm loving the burst of the month.
Wake up, wake up, it's wake up, wake up. Get up, get up, get up, catch your checks again.
Persecution of Karen Reed. Yeah, it's. We remain hopeful.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do thank you very much for your attention, and now we invite you to sit back, relax, and enjoy the takeoff. The captain has made tower communications available, so if you'd like to monitor the air traffic system, you'll find that on channel 9 and your headsets in the seat pocket in front of you. We'll give you a little more information about our service plan for our flight this evening as soon as we're in the air. Thank you, and again, welcome aboard.
Yeah. Why? Read between the lines. Yeah. Why? I know you feeling hurt, your mind flipped, that was a moment in time, can't rewind it.
I seen your call, can't talk, declined it. Said I was sorry, liquor had me blinded. I know about your issues, you're not feeling well.
I know about your issues. You're not feeling well. Just come out tonight. We could sip and chill. I know about that night at the Pats game. You was real comfortable, huh? And that's lame. And when I bring it up, huh? You act strange. That's okay. I ain't saying no names. Let's go.
Text, it's me and you right now. Don't be complex. Now it's fine food, proper pints. Storm coming through after 2 lots of white. We gonna be snowed in, so let's start the fights. I know you wanna talk, girl, but not tonight. Got a text by C, he at the other spot. He there with his brother in that other cop. JM over there too, she just a soccer mom. Let's head over there, see what they talking about. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten. Life keeps going by, please tell me why am I living? Poison in my mind, losing sight now with this blind vision. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten. Laying on this grass, I can hear the snakes. Wish you would've told me he was feeling so erased. When he sent you that text, seen the fear in your face. Then he texted me too, then you drove away. Don't chase waterfalls, read between lines. Keep a fair view, protect your mind all times. Call 911, officer down. Don't make a sound, there's an officer in the house. All I can feel is my phone vibrate. Wish you was here, not sitting at my place. Who let the dogs out? Someone close the gate. It's cold where the broken face, please Lord, not today. Laying on this grass, I can hear the snakes. Wish you would've told me he was feeling the way. When he sent you that text, seen the fear in your face. Then he texted me too, coming here, then you drove away. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten. Life keeps going by, please tell me why am I living? Poison in my mind, losing sight now with this blind vision. I don't know what it is, but I feel like I've been snake bitten.
Then he texts me too. Coming here? Then he texts me too. You coming here? Your man J.F.K. Before I go any further, your man J.F.K. sick. So if you say I sound stuffy or I'm sounding under the weather, you're absolutely right. Your man J.F.K. came back from Beantown, caught himself a cold. The flu had me down for like the last 2 days. Kicked my ass, so to speak. A little bit of zinc, all types of stuff I'm pumping into myself. But I'm here because it's only right that I gotta be here. We're nervous. What are they doing? What's the jury thinking? Everybody is saying that it's along the lines that they ain't finding her guilty of the big case, the big charge, the one that gets you life. Everybody's saying that, right? Everybody is along them lines. That's what they're saying. But then again, we don't know that for a fact. Now, based on the writing, the way they wrote it, it does seem that way, for sure. And I heard all the big dog lawyers all day today, from Vinny to lawyer to the other cat, the OUI lawyer. They're all saying the same thing. Turtle Boy said it. A lot of people that are in close, that are in there. Also, Better Row said it. So the big dogs say that the big case is off the table. They're going to find her not guilty on that. But OUI, the header of this video is, will Judge Bev give her the max on an OUI, which is a 2.5 in jail. It's a 2.5 in jail. But, you know, that's when you got a record, right, Mark S? What up, Mark S? Mark S, congratulations, you came home. Mark S had some shit going on with him. And I'm glad to see that you made it out. 2.5 for Karen would be life changing. I hope it doesn't happen. I mean, shit. A 2.5 right now for anybody would be life changing. What up, Maria? Maria, what up? She just bought some disclaimer hats. Appreciate that. Put it up on the Facebook. I appreciate you, girl. That's so awesome. Christy Aware, representing NYC, said, listen, you got to protect your energy. I protect mine every day. Feel better. For sure. Absolutely. Thank you so much, girl. What's up, J.F.K? What up, Ashley? GG. First offense, drunk driving classes, AA, and random urines normally. Absolutely. Nice. I got a crown. What, today you got a crown? Or is that something to do with the StreamYard? I don't know if he was at the dentist or some StreamYard shit. I don't know. I'm trying to pick up what you're putting down. I'm trying to keep up. You know, that's all I can do. My buddy had 3, was never given time. I mean, right. Right. But we're talking about Judge Bev. Oh, man. Oh, shit. Damn, Judge Bev.
Don't believe the hype. Yeah. Don't believe the hype.
Damn. But Bev, well, here's the deal. J.F.K, James was in the buffer zone yesterday with us. Great to hug him. Damn, Natalie, I wish I was there too, you know. Came back over here to Georgia. Been down the last couple of days. I'm waiting on Kevy Kev to hit the connecting flight. I don't know where he's at. I'm waiting on him right now. I know Turtle Boy's about to go live in a little bit, so hopefully I don't lose too many of you. But I'm here to break it down the only way I know how. I missed you last week. Yeah, I was down there. I was down there twice last week. I made it at J.F.K and all my wonderful friends. Absolutely. I'm staying put. Thank you. I appreciate it. I got a good show tonight. I got a beginning, a middle, and an end. And without further ado, I got my man that's on to help me out. That's on the actual thumbnail tonight with me. The 6th man of the year. A lot of people know who he is. He goes by the name of Kevy Kev.
What's up, people? What up, what up?
Yes!
Crazy one today.
Kevy Kev.
What's happening?
Well, Kevy Kev, there's a lot going on. We were down the buffer zone together. Me, you, the whole crew. Turtle Boy, the Jerks, James Jackson. Everybody was there. All the long gamers was in the house. All the Turtle Riders were in the house. All the Jerks were in the house. Everybody was there. I mean, god damn, it was hot as shit out that day. I was burnt up. I was burnt up, man. I got toasted. So
it was.
How we feeling, brother? What are we talking about? Go ahead, take it away.
Man, I'll tell you the just the tension, the anxiety, you know, with what's going on. It's crazy. It's crazy. I mean, I never thought I'd feel this way about something like that, you know. It's just crazy. Sorry, man. I think I might have to plug this thing in. Give me 1 second. My bad.
Go ahead,
sorry.
man. Take your time, brother. Take your time. Yes. Oh, stop at JFK. You live down here now. That ain't nothing until we get to August. Oh, for real. That ain't nothing. You already know, Nikki C. It's crazy down here, man. It's already blazing down here. You already know. I'm not looking forward to the summer out here, boy. The summer in Georgia's a brutal. In Georgia, brutal. God damn, you got to be by the pool in Georgia. God damn. Canoni is a disgrace, right? She is. You know, before I go any further, I got 189 people in the chat. I want to give my condolences to my man, Kenny. Kenny Randall, he passed away. I talked to him last week. He was in the VA hospital in Tampa. He's a New Yorker. He's from Long Island, Queens. This is Kenny in 2011. That's your man, that Static Selector. The one with the halo on his head is Kenny, obviously. Your man J.F.K., my man Cheech. He was a young man. I'm going to put the, I'm going to tell you, man, I'm real fucked up about this, man. I ain't even lying, man. I like Kenny a lot. I actually talked to him. He's a strong dude, man, because I talked to him and I said, how you doing, man? And he said, listen, man, it's not looking good. And I was like, you can't get a liver transplant? And he was like, I'm all the way fucked up. This is Kenny's GoFundMe link. If I can put it in there, I don't know what the hell's going on. Oh, you can't. What the hell's up with this? I can't even put it in, huh? Wow. Ain't this some shit? Let me see if I can shorten the link up. Why is it like that, though, huh? They make these links so big now, huh? Let me see. But yeah, Kenny. See if I can shorten up this link. What's going on with this link? Let me see if I can do this. Sorry, guys. I'm caught up in my comments right now. So yeah, in 2011, Kenny's from Long Island, Queens, New York. Cheech was his artist. Cheech LaMotta. Damn, this shit is crazy, man.
That's going way back, huh?
Yeah, this is us in 2011 right here. I talked to him, though, man. I had a conversation with him. I talked to him last week. And he was in Tampa. He was in the VA. I don't know if this is gonna work. I don't know if that link worked. I don't think that link worked. I'll put that link down.
I can't hear any music this time around either. I think I had a hard time jumping on. Kept booting me off, and then once I got through, I don't hear any music when you were playing some music and shit.
See if you hear it now. Hold on. You hear this?
No.
Oh man. Sorry for your loss, JFK. At least he's at a place where there is no corruption. RIP. For sure, for sure. Send it to my Facebook page. I'll copy it to JFK. All right. I'll send it. Yeah, they hear the music. He just don't hear the music. Sorry, guys. I'm just working on something right now. They make these links so big. You can't even
Where I was, let me ramble on while you're doing that.
Go ahead.
Where I was I'll tell you, man, it's just like the anxiety, man, like just waiting for this verdict to come in. It's like, I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one, but it's like I'm on my tippy toes, man. I'm like waiting for this shit, you know? I think some of the language that she used with these jury instructions and stuff, man, it's just a kickback from last year. It seems like they're having the same issue. You know, I bounce around. I watch a few different things like after work. Doing a few things. I got shit running in my ear, and it's just like I pick up little pieces here and there, and it's like it's by design almost. You know what I'm saying? That's how I feel. I feel like it's just like this is like by design from Bev. She's got to put her spin on it, and it's the same shit like last year.
It's the same exact shit. It's the same question too.
Yeah.
It's the same question, man. My man Kenny, the segue off my man Kenny, right? See, this is just
Yeah.
this is just a good reminder that life is so short. Yeah, Natalie D got it up right here. She got it going. Thank you so much. Anybody want to donate to Kenny, man, to his family? He got 2 young kids. Anybody want to dedicate? Just say you're from the J.F.K. show. Anybody want to donate to Kenny, man, his burial and all that, man? His bills that they had to fight. Anybody feeling like that? Go ahead and do so. I'm just throwing it out there. R.I.P. Kenny, that's his link. Like I said, I talked to him last week. I'm going to give him the right speech. I talked to him last week on the phone. He was watching the Knicks. This is when they were still in the Eastern Conference Finals. He was hoping that the Knicks can make it to the finals. I told him, listen, man, I know you're sick and everything, but that's not going to happen. Man, sorry, Kenny, man. That's not going to happen, buddy. But, he got a bad deal, man. He was a real good dude. And Kenny, I just want to say, Static Selector definitely still owes you a beat. Cheats, you might want to collect on that beat because we was in the show off basement back in 2011, and they went shot for shot, man. I mean, I seen these dudes, and they went shot for shot to see who could last. And Kenny won. It was crazy, bro. Straight, what do you call it? Patron, shot for shot. Wild, bro. These dudes were comatose for a beat, for a static beat. And he won. Kenny, you won. And Cheech, you might want to collect on that beat. But that's not the glorified drinking because we all know, his liver. He had a bad deal. He had a bad deal with his liver. But he was clean for 2 years. And he was doing the right thing. But he just had this issue that they didn't catch. It was some type of blockage. The time they caught it, it was just too late. And he just got too sick. And even if they had a liver for him, they didn't even think he would last the operation. Kenny was there when my boy Peasy passed away of cancer in Vegas. Well, he didn't pass away in Vegas, but he got real sick and we had to throw him back on a plane. And Peasy, my man Patrick jumped on the plane, went right from Logan International to the London building in Mass General. That was August of 2011. And he didn't leave the hospital. October 2011, Peasy died of cancer. Kenny came down from New York, a straight New Yorker. Came down, made sure that he paid respect. He's a solid dude, straight wild boy. There's some wild boys out there in Long Island, Queens. Me and him had some crazy stories backstage at some concerts. Man, with Funkmaster Flex, Busta Rhymes, Noriega, all the greats. Me and Kenny was there, just laughing, getting looked at crazy because we are who we are. We look the way we look. And he's a New Yorker, so he had a different type of attitude. He was a rugged. He was a rugged boy, man. He didn't fuck around. He went on to get in the union as life would go on. He got in the union. He started putting together stages. started
Yeah.
working for what is it? Live Nation and shit. And he started building stages. So he was bumping into Static Selector on the regular at the at events like Coachella and things like that. But he had two small kids, moved to Tampa, got himself a house out there, married his woman, Kimberly, and he ended up doing the right thing, man. It all folded out well for him. And then in 2025, here he is, getting the worst news you possibly can get. You're dying.
Yeah, it's
So
tough.
so Karen Reed's looking at 2.5. Okay, but it's not a death sentence. It's not a death sentence, people. She gets 2.5 years in jail. It's not a death sentence. She'd come back from that. She'd come back from that. That's all I'm saying. Kenny can't come back. So the parallel is it could be worse. That's all. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it makes it any easier. I'm just saying that it could be worse. It could be life. R.I.P. Kenny, man. You fucked me up, man. You were my dude. You were my dog, my friend. Solid as they come. You know what I mean? And he was free Karen Reed, too. Be clear, Kenny was free Karen Reed. He was out in New York, hit me up all the time. Yo, what the fuck is going on out there in Boston? They out of their fucking minds out there? You got to be fucking shitting me. He didn't come out the house. Are you serious?
Yeah.
He was a wild dude. Believe me when I tell you, he was free Karen Reed. Just like my girl Christy Aware Art. These New Yorkers are fucking wild. But yeah, R.I.P. Kenny. The link, if you want to hit that link up, throw that up again right here. Natalie D. That link's right here, that GoFundMe. Kenny, I love you, buddy. I feel bad for your kids. I feel real sorry for your kids because when I asked him about his kids didn't know. His kids just thought dad was sick. That's
Yeah.
it. They didn't know. They didn't know he was dying, man. And that shit broke my fucking heart, man.
That's a tough thing right there.
Paul Heyman, another New Yorker. Well, he's from Philly, but he started out in New York. Paul Heyman, the man, the legend. ECW says, "Happy kids, happy life."
That's true.
That's what it's all about. R.I.P. Kenny. You guys want to donate, go ahead and do so. Kenny, man, peace and love, man. Hope you're in a better place, bro.
I got an RIP too. I lost a fucking young friend of mine a couple days ago. His name was Chris Mura. He was in his young 30s. He was fighting some diabetic issues. Needed a kidney transplant. He ended up passing the other day.
He from Lynn?
Shout out to Chris Mura, man.
He's from Lynn?
Yeah. Yep. Real good mechanic. Real good body, man. Worked with me at my garage for a couple years, 3-4 years here with me, side by side. He was just a good kid, man. And he struggled with these health conditions and shit for years. And diabetic, I mean, he watched himself. I mean, he liked a nice coffee once in a while when he shouldn't have had it and stuff, shit like that. But, just dialysis towards the end, to the point where he threw his hands up, man. It's like, you can't do this shit no more. Real good dude, though. Sad. He didn't have any children. I don't believe. He lost his mom at a young age. He was real young when he lost his mom. Same shit. She was diabetic. It's just sad. So yeah, why don't we take a moment of silence for both of them?
This song's for you, Kenny. God damn. Superman is just a man sometime, man. J.F.K, were you at Lynn Classical High School 92, 93? Yes, I was. R.I.P. Dad, R.I.P. Big Bro, R.I.P. Grandpa. God always seemed to take the good ones. Yeah. Blue, 42. Peace to love to all. Are we on liftoff? Yeah, we ready to go now. We ready. I had to get that out the way. I know everybody jumped over to see Turtle Boy. That's what usually happens on Tuesday nights, but you know what? I'll rock with my crowd and stay with my people that stayed on this flight. 110 people up in here. You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with us. And you know, we did a little show in Boston. But yo, let me take you to this guy right here. You know, this guy's on Court TV all the time. And he runs his mouth all day long. You know what I'm talking about? The guy Joey D, Johnny D. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I don't think so.
Collision. It's people marching around. That's right, baby. Yeah, and no collision.
Oh yeah, this fucking clown.
Ludicrous. No collision. It's people marching around. That's right, baby.
You know, I played this clip earlier on my live stream earlier when I was playing music, but I got to dig into this dude because this dude, excuse me, is on Court TV. Vinny, these are the guys you're putting on Court TV. These are the guys that are supposed to be in a neutral position, supposed to be professional. See, this is what the fuck is wrong. See, one thing I could tell you what happened with this case, this Karen Reed case. What it showed the people who were supposed to be professional, the professional people, the people who work in the courts, the reporters, the police. It goes to show you how unfucking professional they really are, right, Kevy Kev?
Big time.
They all showed their hands. They were all acting a certain way. I was down there. I seen the state trooper say, he said to me, he said, I don't know why you're sitting here waiting for someone who's coming out. Because everybody got the word that Karen was swinging the block in the SUV.
Yeah.
And he said, I don't know why you're sitting here waiting. Nobody's coming. You guys are wasting your time. And he was dead wrong. But he loved to say that to us. And this is a fucking state trooper in your round hat, looking like fucking the Ranger.
Fucking Ranger Rick.
Ranger Rick, son. You know what I mean? With your big boot shined up and shit. Your pants all, you got the high waters on. Because now that's how they rock them. And you're supposed to be professional, a level of respect, right? But you guys are clowns talking shit to the people who believe in something. I just sent something to GoFundMe. Thank you so much. And left a message as you requested. If you need to talk, cry, scream about your loss, we're here for you, JFK. Thank you, EPAGs. I appreciate you. That's awesome, girl. I appreciate you.
Good looking out.
But what I'm saying is it just showed like there's so many people in this profession, lawyers, the people that are on Court TV, ex-DAs, and you're seeing the way these people are acting. And these people all at one time were putting people away in jail, right? These people at one time had power. Some of them still do have power. And you see the way they act. So it kind of gives you a mindset like, damn, like look at Aunt Bev. She just doesn't want to answer a simple fucking question. She'd just rather not answer that question. She'd rather have a hung jury.
Yes. And that's crazy.
Well, you get a hung jury, you don't get a guilty. And you get a hung jury, you don't get a not guilty, right? Look at this
That's
guy.
right.
Watch this guy. Watch this guy, how happy he is if Karen Reed goes to jail.
and no collision. Try begging to get on, Linda. That's what it was. Begging to get on. I didn't see that. You're so wrong. Notice they never say what, though. What was wrong? That she didn't back up? That she didn't have a broken taillight? That she didn't go 24 miles an hour? Dorothy Quinn, you're so wrong about fill in the blank. Jumped in the pond with her, then swim with her. Don't turn on her. Like, but I wouldn't, I'm not surprised at that. Right? Total rat boy.
Calling Turtle Boy a rat.
They are devil fingers. Yes, I did actually. I said that's often a sign of the devil in many foreign countries. You think?
So he said the love sign is the form of the devil in many foreign countries.
Right?
Oh man, this guy is fucking nuts, bro. Why do you care, bro? Why do you care? Why do you want to see Karen go to jail?
She was drinking.
Look at it still.
What the fuck is he on, bro?
Carrie. She saw death.
God damn, dude.
Death. Wasn't that great when Hank said that? Got that?
This dude's a cartoon character.
You know, I feel like these people are put in there. You know, they're placed. You know what I'm saying? That's how I look at that. This fucking dude. Nice freeze frame right there. He is a straight up clown. Put a big red nose on him right now.
This is it. This is life. The one you get to go and have a ball.
Clown! You are a clown! A clown! You are a clown! A clown! You are a clown! A clown!
Carrie. She saw death. Wasn't that great when Hank said that? Got that? I left him at the waterfall. Wasn't that great when Hank said then she hung up and pivoted? And then said he's...
That's where you're wrong. See, she didn't hang up and pivot. See, she hung up after Jen McCabe said, let me call Julie
Chris.
and see if he walked home with Chris. Joey, you know that, right? Johnny, whatever your fucking name is, Joey D, Joey Bag of Donuts, Johnny Bag of Donuts, Johnny Food Master, Johnny DeMoulas, whatever your name is. What type of donuts do you like? Do you get donuts on your EBT? Because we know that you're a real.
You are a clown! A clown!
See, let's be clear what happened. Jen testified. This ain't no make-believe, dear JoJo, John, whatever you want to be called. She testified. Let me hang up with you, Karen, and let me see if she walked home with Chris. The biggest mistake Karen did that night is that she picked up the phone call when Jen called back. She called back the little girl's phone. And she picked that up, and by that time, she said, Karen didn't walk home with Chris. What if he got hit by a plow? Where do you think he is? And that's when she started pumping up Karen's head. That's when it all went bad. But you wouldn't care, because you're a...
You are a clown! A clown! You are...
Because I was having Jen get the baby blankets.
You know, Kerry was helping Jen get the baby blankets. Jen was looking for the baby blankets, right, John? You sitting here mocking the whole situation. 40 months. 40 months. Officer John O'Keefe been in the ground, right, Kevy Kev?
That's right.
40 months. And look at the way this guy's acting. And he's acting like it's not a problem for Jen McCabe helping Kerry. Common sense would dictate to look for baby blankets when she could walk right into the house to get blankets, to go get a first responder, to go get her brother-in-law who's a cop. Oh, and by the way, to make sure they're okay, because John's dead, damn near, on the front lawn. But this is the way you're acting.
Daddy got hit by a plow. But it seemed very clear what had happened. And her attorney said this was a tragic accident. But as far as the Massachusetts State Police investigation, they got the right person. They got the drunk that hit him, so they solved it. So, she's a drunk.
You love that. You love saying that. She's a drunk. You hear this, dude?
Yeah, I mean, it's like he's fucking getting off on the shit. It's starting to fucking bother me. This dude's a clown.
Excuse me, guys. Sorry.
She's a drunk.
Look at him. See him laughing? Look at him.
I didn't hit him. Ridiculous.
He got out of the car. He was walking into the party like, that's over. I'm going to text Bella's mom right now.
You hear that? I'm going to text Bella's mom right now. Yo, my man, you putting such bad karma out there, bro. You're going to text. You're going to text Bella's mom right now. You're laughing about it. You're talking about John O'Keefe in a third party. So do you think John O'Keefe would like you talking shit about Karen the way you're talking about it right now?
He wouldn't be talking shit if John O'Keefe was still alive. You know what I'm saying? Fucking punk.
Mentality, but they're not fans of mine. 24 miles an hour in reverse. Carrie.
There's something wrong with this dude.
You know, he's repeating all the shit that Hank said. You know what I'm saying? It's almost like, he's, he's throwing a spin on it for fucking Hank. I wouldn't doubt it if Hank knows this guy. Like I said, this dude used to be a comedian, I think. Him and Hank probably played at the same fucking dive.
He didn't see anything. Sue O'Connell. You know what was so great about Lucky? He didn't see anything. And he didn't hear anything. These people are fucking idiots.
What? Come again. What you just say, bro?
These people are fucking idiots.
Whoa.
This dude better calm the fuck down, huh?
You're a sick man, bro.
Auntie Bev and the McCow bitch. The McCow bitch. How much they paying you? Karen, my queen. Oh.
Yo, watch this shit. He straight crashes out. What are you doing, buddy? You all right? You need us to call the doctor? Are you all right, great friend? Do you need to go to the Medicina line? You need to see a nurse? The fuck is wrong with you?
What's he doing?
Clown! You are a clown! You are a clown! You are a clown!
Yeah. Straight cartoon character, bro.
Out of the car.
Right.
He was walking into the party like, that's over. I'm going to text Bella's mom right now. And tell you, but they're not fans of mine. These people are fucking idiots. These people are fucking idiots. Auntie Bev and the McCow bitch. The McCow bitch. How much they paying you? Karen, my queen. Oh.
The fuck?
Clown! You are a clown! You are a clown! You are a clown!
Yeah. 1, 2, 1, 2.
They playing mind games, son. Let's go.
Yeah, protect your growth.
The fuck are we talking about?
Check. Turn me up. Yeah.
2 1 2 1 1 2 4. I mean, wellness check, check.
Face temptation, gotta make the right moves. Pay attention to conversation, it's like they slight you. He got nothing to lose, no telling what he might do. Pilot through the struggle like this is flight school. Come on, we live with the good memories, no time and space. They can't think for themselves, dog. It's like their mind's cage. Innovating the struggle, we hustle and find ways. It's getting dark around here. We live in dying days. I'm like Pop 9-6, Dan Amora. Take your first step right, life got plans for you. Come back with the bat, all black, Steve Boarded, underground rap. Let the track breathe on 'em. Come on, hanging on corners, spilling intel in groups. They selling you lies, my dude. I'm telling you truth. Streets age you, and take the youth. Watch your kids never renege and follow suit. It's my game. Protect your mind, just take a look around. Mind games. We going up, they can't hold us down. Mind games. In the moment, focus on the now. Mind games. We will not lose. Sipping morning coffee, holiday blend with the creamer. Morning headlines, my eyes wide with the screens up. Living in the matrix, Teslas with the features. It's virtual learning now. Who gon' teach us? Plus, caught him lacking, alleyway jack in the box. Doing TikToks and Crocs, attracting the ops. Made us mock while Callaway stacking his plot. We all want better days now, praying to God. Corner stores no more. Whole city gentrify, trying to be more mature. My rent is high.
See, that's the type of shit I can't respect, to be honest with you. See, guys like that, they turn around and they do stuff like that. And they're on court TV. And the only reason why I give them energy or I give them a look is because that's who's on court TV speaking on this case. And yet they don't see what he's really about. So guys like that, as long as that I'm around, I'm going to throw him out there, because if you look at a guy like that, what's his description? What's he really about? What is he? Is he a blogger? Is he a journalist? Does he work for the news? I mean, what is it that he does? I don't know. But when I look at him, right when I see him, I see a level 3 sex offender. That's what I see. I'm just saying, when I look at him, I see a dude that's hanging out in the sandbox. That's what I see. Why does court TV even have him? He's actually why there is corruption. You know? He's there with the Skittles. You know, guys like that. But you know, when I was out in Boston, I had a conversation with a fellow you might know. He goes by the name of Mikey Crawford. Talked about the case. We had a little interview with him, me and James. Take you guys to 196 Franklin Street, I think it is. Let's talk to James. Let's talk to...
a little bit, because...
Verdict, are we scared at all, Mike?
a little bit, because this is somebody's life, and it's very unpredictable juries, but I think we feel good about how the trial's going.
Yes. So do you feel that they should call Higgins, Brian A., and Chris A. the 3 culprits?
Yes, but I'm not a trial attorney, you know what I mean?
What made you get into the Karen Reed case? What did it for you?
Watching Turtle Boy. Basically, I've been watching Turtle Boy for a number of years.
What type of energy was John O'Keefe? Yeah. We see the heel toe, and I always say this to J.F.K. because we talk about nobody just does a heel toe
for nothing,
for no goddamn reason, Mike. You know this. Kevy Kev behind, anyone knows.
Back, like that was kind of...
Well, you got grabbed.
Yeah, and John's looking at him, so I felt like there was something going on there.
Absolutely.
You saw John.
You felt like it, or do you think it?
Right.
I think it. I don't know. We could be misinterpreting it.
How crazy is that, right?
Yeah. But, yeah, I think that you guys might be onto something for a while. Definitely. When you started focusing on those videos, that's when I was like... Because that's what I'm about. I'm about, like, receipts. And those videos are receipts. And when you guys highlighted that, I was like, oh, there is something to this. Like,
disclaimer. Throw them up.
All seven.
And they all just drove by him.
The point is, the next morning they all showed up there, right? 2 decorated dudes were in the house. You mean to tell me, right? And you see what it looked like that morning. It wasn't too bad. It kind of slowed down the snow, right? And it was about to pick up again. 2 decorated dudes were there. You mean to tell me that Brian A. and Higgins didn't go outside to look around to see what happened to their friend, to be like, damn, it happened right here. How'd he get here? They wouldn't investigate? Like, no one talks about that. Of course they would go out there and investigate, which means is they would have found a sneaker, found a hat, and so on. What do you feel about that?
Yeah.
One word to describe tonight. How do you feel?
I'm excited, and I can't do one word. It's tough, man. One word.
How was it? How was it?
It was fire.
All right, well, tell us the truth. Where are you going?
Yeah.
Now, man?
Where am I going? Back to Bridgewater.
You better calm the fuck down.
I got 58 minutes and 58 miles.
Yeah.
You know Tony's Cantina?
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
If you had one word, Mikey Crawford, to describe Karen Reed, what would it be?
Fierce.
Nice. How about you?
How about you?
Innocent.
Nice. How about you, James Jackson?
I would say warrior.
Yes!
Let's
Peace
go.
and love.
Who's behind the camera?
Kevy Kev!
Kevy Kev, keeping it real.
Yes. Kevy Kev behind the camera. You
Yeah,
already
we were there.
know.
We were there.
Yo, without further ado, man, why don't you do the honors, right? We haven't did it for a while. Let's do the one word. Why don't you introduce it, Kevy Kev?
Yeah. Chat. Beautiful people in the chat. I ain't James now, but beautiful people in the chat. If you had one word to describe Karen Reed, what would it be?
Let's go.
Your chat, people.
Your chat. Let's go.
Kick the cockpit door down. I am not the chosen one that you speak of. I am not. The only one.
And we know what we think. We think she's a warrior, the ultimate warrior. And Fuckery Donuts is officially open. Yes. So you got to meet Mikey Crawford. Got to talk to Mikey Crawford. You actually was on Mikey's show. When we was live down at the Buffer Zone, you was on the show.
Yeah.
What was that like?
Man, what an experience. Man, just being down there, man, that was my first time down at the Buffer Zone. Dedham, out there. Man, seeing everybody with the boots on the ground and shit. What an experience that is, man. I mean, you can just feel the energy, man, down there. You know, past couple of days, you know, looked even packed more than it was when we were down there. But the energy down there is just, you know, everybody's there. Everybody's anxious. Everybody's waiting for for this verdict, man. It's just intense. You know, me, met Mikey Crawford, Young Jerk. Shout out to Young Jerks. You know, just it was just amazing, man. It was amazing. I'm glad I'm a part of this whole movement. You You know, I mean, I think, you know, we're all fighting for this one thing, you know, this, you know, we're all fighting against this, like, injustice. You know what I'm saying? Like, there ain't, you know, even not knowing this whole trial for the past couple of years, you know, I mean, just to see what's going on now with you know, say you just, you know, you're just starting to pick up on it, or you're paying attention to it. There's just so much fucked up shit that's gone on, you know, that it's just hard to believe that this shit can go down. I mean, and you know, a lot of us say it too, you know, if we weren't, you know, talking about this and you know, picking this apart, breaking it down, studying it, you wouldn't see it. And this shit happens every day. You know, there's people that are, you know, got, you know, like Karen Reed, got a, you know, nice house, good job, you know, doing the right thing, can get hemmed up in a second and fucking it's all gone. Happens every fucking day.
Let's talk about this guy.
Brian Higgins. And so he's in our...
So the agent's name was Brian Higgins.
What was the guy's name? Who was the agent's name?
So the agent's name was Brian Higgins. And so he's in our...
So the agent's name was Brian Higgins.
So the agent's name was Brian Higgins. And so he's in our shop to get this form, and he's watching us conduct. And so he's in our shop to get this form, and he's watching us conduct business. And he sees a girl at the counter buying a gun. She's doing her paperwork, doing all that. And her boyfriend walks in and, you know, whispers in her ear, and she points over there, and then he walks away. And this guy's observing this whole thing. And then she finally gets her gun, and she leaves. And he says, "I need to see that 4473." And I'm like, I've never been in this position before. Like, I don't just feel comfortable turning over my customers' information to law enforcement agencies just because they ask for it.
Yeah, you need a warrant.
So I'm like, yeah, I think there's a warrant and a or a subpoena at the very least, that there's some ongoing investigation. So I bring the form into my general manager, and I go in the other room and I ask Brendan, my business partner, I said, do we have to give federal forms to the ATF upon demand? And he goes, I don't think so, but let me call he calls him. And meanwhile, while we're off to the side talking, this ATF agent goes into my manager's office and says, I need to see that form. So my manager doesn't know any better, and he hands it over, and he's taking pictures of it and, you know, writing down information off this form. And then he walks back out. I come out, and Brendan is on the phone with the lawyer, and the lawyer says, and I'll keep it a G rating here, but he says, tell him to go bleep himself. And so Brendan comes out and says, yeah, we're not going to give you that information. I'm sorry. Come back with a warrant or a subpoena or something like that, and we'll be glad to oblige. But, you know, we don't feel comfortable giving out confidential information just on a fishing expedition by you. And he goes, what? He hits the moon. No one has ever denied me that form. And that's ATF property. Those forms are ATF property. I'm like, no, they're actually not. We have to retain them as records for 20 years, you know, forever. And he's like, nope, that's my property. I can inspect them whenever I want. I want to see that now. And by the way, I already looked at it in your manager's office. I already got what I need, but you don't tell me no. He was really upset.
So he told you that he already got it?
Yeah, he told us that he already got it. I'm like, well, I didn't give you permission or authorize you to do that. And, you know, frankly, I think you're overstepping your bounds here. And we're very pro-police. We'll help any investigation, but I believe you're on a fishing expedition, and you just don't like the color of the skin or what that person looked like who's at the counter buying a gun. Frankly, that's what I think happened here. And he goes, you don't know why I'm asking for it. And I said, well, I'm just calling it like I see it. And we internally knew this wasn't a straw purchase. If he was making the argument that she was buying the gun for the boyfriend or something like that, that's what he was implying. And I said, nope, that's not the situation. This girl has been in multiple times, has gone out on the range with an instructor to select a handgun that fits her hand, that one she likes, that, you know, meets the requirements that she has. She's, you know, test fired it. She's narrowed it down, and then ultimately made a selection. And today is the day she's picking it up. And so he goes and assembles a grand jury to investigate this girl for a straw purchase, and comes back to us with a subpoena on a Saturday or Sunday morning. I can't remember what day it was, when we have an instructor here from New York to teach a class to like 14 people driven from like Connecticut and Rhode Island and all over Massachusetts to be in this class. And he shows up with like 8 police cars, and he walks in and he disarms everyone in the store. Like, you can't be in the store with me with a gun. I want your gun. And like, so my employees are kind of like, what do I do? And so he's like, you got to, you know, unload your gun, and I'll hold on to it while you're in the store. And by the way, I want everyone out anyway. You can't be in the building with me at the same time while I'm conducting my investigation. And he has a subpoena for the hard drive of our video camera surveillance system, so we can sit there and watch the world go by in 30-second clips, you know, around that day. But he doesn't just ask for the clips for that day. He takes the whole server out of the building. And this could have been done by just him walking in that one closet, which is like a 4x6 closet, but he shut down the entire operation of the building, you know, and with like 8 cruisers parked out front. So it looks like we're, you know, selling machine guns to kids out the back door. And so all that to really just throw his weight around and peacock out and say, I'm the guy, you don't ever tell me no.
So the agent's name was Brian Higgins.
So
He just said it. He just said it. Throw his fucking weight around and peacock out.
Gun, and like, so my employees are kind of like, what do I do? And so he's like, you got to unload your gun and I'll hold on to it while you're in the store. And by the way, I want everyone out anyway. You can't be in the building with me at the same time while I'm conducting my investigation. And he has a subpoena for the hard drive of our video camera surveillance system, so we can sit there and watch the world go by in 30-second clips, around that day. But he doesn't just ask for the clips for that day. He takes the whole server out of the building. And this could have been done by just him walking in that one closet, which is like a 4x6 closet, but he shut down the entire operation of the building, and with like 8 cruisers parked out front. So it looks like we're, selling machine guns to kids out the back door. And so all that to really just throw his weight around and peacock out and say, I'm the guy, you don't ever tell me no.
You're wrong. The agent's name was Brian Higgins.
You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. You wrong. Appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right?
God damn, Higgins. God damn, bro. You a wild dude, huh? So you thought the girl was slanging guns?
Who's a punk? He liked flexing his authority.
Yeah, he does.
Nasty.
That's wild, man. So apparently they were inside the store. He thought the girl was, in different places. I don't know where this was at. I'm thinking this was Massachusetts. He thought she was buying the gun for her boyfriend. So he, automatically he thought he suspected something. And then he just broke every rule there is and started flexing his muscle. Jackie Vems sending support. Thank you, Jackie Vems, so much. Jackie! That's so awesome, Jackie Vems. I appreciate you, girl.
It's crazy, man. When you walk into one of those stores, man, it's like, there's usually 5 guys behind counters and shit. There's one guy walking the floor, but they're all strapped. They all got a fucking gun on them. Big old bazookas, too, bro. You know what I'm saying? And, they're walking around the store. They work there and shit. I could see him coming in there fucking disarming everybody like a fucking ninja. Oh, yeah, you got to take your shit off. Shutting the whole fucking building down. Typical.
Shit is wild, bro. Mama J's, look at how this awful situation brought so many people together. Peace to all of you. Love to all of you. I think that's what she said.
Peace and love, yeah. Nice. I can hear the music too, I think.
Oh, man. Yeah. Man. That's the way Bev pushes her power. Exactly. This is the point I'm trying to make. It takes a certain type of person not to abuse power. So this is what happened here. This guy, Johnny D, wants to act like this just all magically happened. This is all a big conspiracy. No, when we started turning stones over, this is what we found out. We started finding out there was biases, there was conflict of interests, there was lies, there was butt dials, there was text messages, there was how long to die in the cold, Google searches, there was, remember Julie told Proctor, hey, I'm going to get you a gift. What's that gift about?
Yeah. And we didn't hear about none of that shit. None of that shit.
So that's the wild part. I'm sorry if I'm frozen. The internet running into some turbulence. That's all right. Jump off camera for a second until we straighten out.
Yeah. I someone said something to me in one of my little chats I had the other day is it seemed like the 2 people that the Commonwealth brought up there, they were both liars. Jen and Kerry. We didn't see anybody else. Nobody else from that immediate family. Those
What are you
Alberts,
talking
man.
about?
Those Alberts, they like, you know, they just like it's fucked up, man. But I mean, you didn't see, you know, I mean, the only one you really seen from that whole fucking circle was Jen McCabe this time around. You didn't see, you know, you heard about Albert, but you didn't see Albert.
No.
You didn't see any of them.
No.
You know, and what's that make you think? I mean, really? I mean, honestly, you know, how do you feel about that situation? I mean, you think they're fucking plugged in to be fucking distanced from this whole fucking shit?
Come again? Say that again. What?
I mean, to see all these Alberts not being involved in this case, not being questioned, not bringing these facts up. I mean, do you feel as though that there's something up with that? I mean, does that show some kind of connection? I mean, I would think so.
What do you mean? Not saying anything on platforms, or just not being in the
not being in this
at
trial at all? Yeah.
Nah, but they didn't want him in the trial. They hit him on purpose.
I just find it fucked up.
Word has it that Higgins was never going to testify. That's the word. Even if he was gonna, even if they had him, he wasn't gonna.
Really?
That's the word. That's what I heard. That's interesting.
What, he was going to flex his Fifth Amendment?
I don't know if he could flex the Fifth Amendment, though.
I mean, it's a whole
Yeah,
new...
it's like a... Kevin from South Boston, man, you know he's probably watching. If he's watching anybody, he's watching this, right? I mean, we can only assume. I mean, the verdict's out. You know, the same way we're having this type of energy, he's got to be watching it as far as protecting his ass. Because when it's all said and done, Kevin from South Boston, the reality is this, my man, right? It's that all these platforms, like the court TVs and all the people who didn't want to go at your neck because you were a witness in this case, and they were biased towards the Commonwealth somewhat, and they didn't want to fall for the conspiracy. Well, once she gets a not guilty on the top two charges, and let's just say she gets an OUI charge, okay, whatever. They give her a 2.5-year bid in jail. That shit would suck, seeing her cuffed up, getting locked up. No one wants to see that. The name of this video is, will Judge Bev give her the max on an OUI? I don't know. It's possible, though. It's very possible. And if she does, I'm sure Massachusetts judges, ex-Massachusetts judges, probation officers, lawyers from Massachusetts will step up and be shitting all over Judge Bev, saying, damn, that was harsh, considering she ain't never been in trouble ever in her life. She doesn't have a criminal record. When you open up her criminal record, it's only one entry. It's not it's not a book, man. It's
fucking
not, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I mean? So if you lock her up for 2.5, that's real harsh, man. You know, considering it should be time served. If you ask me, I think she already went through the punishment personally, even though she didn't do no time. But damn, she went back and forth to court for 3 years. I think at this point, man, she just, you know, let her pay some type of restitution or whatever she needs to pay, some lawyer fees. I mean, excuse me, for some court fees or whatever you want to hit her with, and just call it a day.
They'll throw a breathalyzer in her fucking car. Fucking.
They shouldn't even do that. I don't even think they should do that, to be honest with you. I think that she already paid her debt. You know what I mean? 3 years of court. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? So 3 years. Well, hold on. So it took 3 years for an OUI case? Whose problem is that? Is that her? Is it a problematic situation or a systematic situation? Huh? You know who I'm talking to. Oh, I'm talking to someone. Is it a problematic situation or is it a systematic situation, Your Honor? Preponderance of evidence and all that bullshit. It's a systematic situation, isn't it? She didn't do that shit. Your fucking whack ass system made it fucking problem. It's a systematic situation, man. The fuck we sitting around 3 years for a fucking OUI? That shit should be already. That shit should have went to trial in 6 months. Fuck are we talking about here? So why the hell should she get any time at all for it? Come on, man. Fuck out of here with that shit.
The only reason why I say the fucking breathalyzer is she'll have to pay for that shit. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna fucking. That's how this Commonwealth is. You penalize you some way. You gotta pay for that equipment. I'm pretty sure.
But still, the argument in sentencing is like, wait a minute. So you mean to tell me for 36 months we've been in trial for an OUI charge,
right?
for an OUI charge that you guys didn't even have on the table at first. You guys just snuck that new one in there. That wasn't even on the table before. There wasn't even a single OUI charge there.
Fucked.
They threw that in there at the end. They were like, yo, we're gonna get her on something. Hit her with a deuce and a half. They find her not guilty on something. They'll definitely find her guilty on the OUI. Rightfully so. She admitted to it. I was drinking. I wouldn't drive on the highway. She admitted to it. But goddamn, a 2.5?
Right.
30 months? And they don't give parole on that shit. Jimmy T was up here and said they don't give paroles on OUIs.
Nope, they got you locked up in there doing a fucking 5 different
wait a
programs.
minute. Excuse me. So J.F.K, the defense put that in there. Okay, so the defense put that in there. Okay. Let me ask you a question.
So,
people in the chat. I'm sorry.
No,
people in
go
the
ahead.
chat. All my people that work for the law in the chat. There's some people that know the law in the chat. You know who you are. Do you think Judge Bev, she find guilty on the OUI? Will Judge Bev give her the max? TG from SB on the check-in. A multi-million-dollar misdemeanor OUI first offense, and Matt McCabe's text wins. It goes away, she pleads. If not, gonna be an episode. What the fuck?
Right.
TG from SB. Damn. DB says nope. GZ says absolutely. Damn. KDK says max. Not guilty across the board. Let's make that a thing. Karen Reed, freedoms of the rage. This is good news right here. Fetters says no. That's a good thing. Defense put that. Sentence guidelines of first offense. She won't get time. I mean, shit. Go ahead, Kevy Kev. Talk your shit.
Yeah, I wanted to circle back on that, on the defense put that shit in there, because to be totally honest with you, I feel like that was by design too. The defense knows what the fuck they're doing, and for them to add the OUI, the operate under the influence, with the way Judge Bev laid out those the jury instructions, that puts a spin back on it. That puts them where they are right now. A stop, an e-brake, like whoa. All right, so you're telling me if we find her not guilty on all these other charges and find her guilty on the OUI, is that going to trump? Is that going to add to? Is that going to make it the maximum penalty, like for all the charges? Because every one of those charges, if you notice, says operating under the influence. Every one of the charges says it. So in almost reality, if they get, like, say they were, they didn't understand it as well as it got explained to them in some aspect today, that'd be questionable to say, yeah, we're gonna find her guilty on the on the driving under the influence, because then it could fucking make that count one, the first charge, guilty.
EPAG says, with bombs being dropped, civil unrest, free carry, corruption, we have to pause and realize the community togetherness that exists, that powerful drop beats no bombs. Thank you for being our light in the dark for us through it all. Thank you so much, EPAGs. And I agree. Becky G. It's not up to evidence. Jury has a choice. It could convict now. Her in Detroit. Now, here in Detroit, we have felony firearm. You get when you're gun with a felony. Lots of jurors acquit felony, but give them felony firearm. No sense. All right. I don't know if that's a good parallel. She cannot be guilty. All others have a car accident. What the duck? Coming through like the feds, showing some love. Absolutely, what the duck, and I appreciate you. Please don't go, girl. Straight up now, tell me.
In a dream, don't know which
Be clear, man. Karen Reed's caught up in the hit and run.
way to go. If you were all that you seem, then baby I'm moving way too slow. I've been a fool before, wouldn't like to get my love caught in the slamming door. How about some information, please? Oh, straight up now tell me, do you really wanna love me forever? Oh, am I caught in a hit and run? Straight up now tell me, is it gonna be you and me forever? Oh, are you just having fun?
You're rocking with the best.
Absolutely. So everybody thinks that Karen Reed won't get the max, you know? And but that's just something that's on the table. That's something to think about, right? That's something that they could play with. Len Diaz is up in here. Hope you're feeling well, Len Diaz.
When you say they can play with,
Why is everybody saying that? Oh my God, I'm gonna miss you when this case is done. No, you shouldn't miss me when the case is done. What do you think? I'm not gonna go live when the case is done? There's plenty of things to go live. God damn, man. Like, what is that? Damn, man. Everybody's saying it's over, man. The case, god damn, man. What the fuck? God damn, it ain't over when the case is done. We just getting started, man. We ain't going nowhere. We're just getting started. Karen Reed this, Karen Reed that. We're going to talk about Karen Reed. We're going to talk about life, the struggle. We're going to talk about it. We're going to be here. All my long gamers, you're going to be here, right? Put your ones up if you're still going to be here rocking with JFK on these live streams, taking these flights. If you're still going to be here rocking out, let me see y'all throw up them ones real quick. Let's go.
Let's go, people.
I like how that sounds. I like how that sounds. Kevy Kev, what up, brother?
What up? What up?
Talk to the people, man. How we feeling, man? We're just getting started, right? There's so much to talk about because when it's all said and done, I went off course a little bit. I played that ATF agent shit, right? But I'll tell you, when it's all said and done, the major platforms that didn't want to talk shit, that wanted to stay in a neutral position because you were a witness. You're not going to be a witness no more, Kevin from South Boston. So they're going to want to talk with you. And it's going to be all eyes on you, Kevin from South Boston, because if she gets a not guilty, they might just start talking about that phone call that kind of went under the radar. But then again,
hey man, what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
You realize you did that phone call right there, Kevin from South Boston, and you realize on Twitter it has 125,000 views on Twitter.
God damn.
Oh, wait a minute. The video that I just put up from 94.5 has 125,000 views. Never mind the original OG video that probably got 100 and something thousand views. The microdots chopped up, is it him video probably got 100. The last video I just put up in the last week from 94.5, Ashley Santino, whatever his name is, it's got 120,000 views, and on YouTube it's got 7,000 views. Now keep in mind, if I didn't go in there with my my tripod and my mics, I would have never got that video. Even though they record you, it's back to the mainstream media. No disrespect to Ashley and the crew over there at 94.5. But they had that whole shit set up with the cameras and all that. So they got the footage of it, but they never released it to me. That's their footage. That's their stuff. But they never put it on their platforms because they don't want to get caught up in the messiness of it, right? Because technically, we don't know if it's you, Kevin from South Boston. We don't know if it's Higgins. But we know. Matter of fact, there's a woman that's in the chat all the time that tells me, oh, it's you. And she knows you very well. And if you look through the chat, Kevin from South Boston, you know exactly who I'm talking about. God damn, Kevy. So, at the end of the day, I mean, all I'm saying is, bro, we're just getting started because what happens now is that phone call, Kevin from South Boston, you're part of the fucking show. You're part of the Fuckery Donuts podcast. I mean, shit. If I didn't know any better, I would think I sent you a fucking link.
God damn.
He's here every night.
God damn.
He's fucking here every night. So when this is all said and done and she gets found not guilty, they're going to want to talk about that phone call. They're going to say, hey, you know what slipped by me that we never thought about? Did you guys know he called in the show? The J.F.K. show? Really? Oh, shit. Did he? Oh, well, why didn't we ever play that? Because we didn't know. But now, since she's not guilty, let's fucking turn up the heat on them. You don't think they want the algorithm, Kevin from South Boston? You don't think they want this to continue? They don't think they want to hear a statement from you? Why were you in the back? Why were you moving cars? Why were you on the phone? Why'd you butt dial? Why'd you text him you coming here? Oh, the waterfall video? You don't think they want to ask you questions about that when you're talking to them? But who are they going to come talk to about that? Oh, who are they going to come talk to about that?
What you gonna do when they come for
Hey man,
you?
what's up, guys? Kevin from South Boston.
What's up, Kevin from Southie? What's happening?
Listen, I appreciate the things that you two do, you and James, right? But
I mean, shit. I appreciate what you two do, you and James, right? He did call 2 times, yes. Some people say he didn't, but he did. I think it was him.
Oh, for
So
sure.
when it's all said and done, when it's all said and done, right? They're gonna want to talk to you, Kevin from South Boston, and they're gonna want to know. They're gonna want to know. They're gonna want to know what was up with that phone call. Why'd you call? They're gonna want to come at you because technically the murder's on the loose. By law, now the murder is on the loose.
The fucking open case.
It's a cold case, right? Kevy Kev, talk to him.
The fucking cold case. Some investigator is gonna pick that shit the fuck up and open that shit up and say, man, I got to get to the bottom of this. And they're gonna ask you, what happened to John O'Keefe? All this footage is public. They don't have to do all kinds of fucking footwork. They got all this shit. They're going to call you out on all this shit. This ain't over. This ain't over for you, Higgins. Fuck no. Fuck no. You're muted.
Let's go, people. Time to step it up. Free Karen Reed, justice for Turtle Boy, for sure. Absolutely. Thank you so much. What do you think? Like,
I wonder how his brother.
Go ahead. Talk to the people, man.
I wonder how fucking John O'Keefe's brother's gonna fucking feel. He could have spoke the fuck up. He knows, you know. What's sad about him is that he didn't stand up for his fucking brother. He didn't speak for his fucking brother. He didn't tell what kind of a person he was in the aspect of, oh, hey man, my brother, yeah, this dude, and you know, you were talking to my brother's girl, like towards Higgins, you know, you were talking to my brother's girl. Yeah, there's definitely an issue there between you two. I know my brother. He would have fucking stepped to you. He ain't gonna let that shit. He's just gonna brush that shit under the rug. They're gonna see Karen. They're gonna see Karen get fucking. Yeah.
And there you have it. What is Paul gonna say? What is Paul gonna say when they start asking them questions? What happens when Paul gets on a platform and someone asks them questions to him? And he starts saying, hey, I don't know. That does seem suspicious. What happens when it starts turning in a different direction?
You know, and I'm going to tell you this. John's father, man, you know, watching this trial, I seen the dude in the courthouse. I seen him out of the courthouse. I see him sitting there. And just the look on his fucking face is embarrassment. He's upset. I mean, I feel for that dude. I feel for him because, you know, the parents on both sides of this situation didn't do nothing. They're not involved.
Nope.
You know, and I mean, a lot of times people are, you know, oh, look at, you know, you got two sides of the fence in every fucking, you know, at every fucking show, like this shit show. You got two sides of the fucking fence. And you got people that are bashing her parents and people bashing his parents. But the parents didn't have nothing to fucking do with it. And it just sucks because at the end of the day, the truth is going to come out that, yeah, this girl's, you know, guilty of, you know, of driving under the influence. Now, I mean, with that whole driving under the influence thing, being at 12:45 or 5:30, I mean, do you think that she could have had a fucking, you think she could have had a drink when she went home? You think she just like walked in the house and dropped her purse and just passed out on the fucking couch? Or did she go to the island and fucking grab a glass? And she's there fucking texting like a motherfucker and yelling into the phone. And you know what I'm saying? Like, if she went home and had a few drinks, that blows that whole, you know, she wasn't driving during that time. She drove, I mean, I don't understand the DUI. Everybody in that motherfucking bar drove home drunk.
That's a fact.
It just, I mean, it's a fucking, it's a fucking shame the way we, you know, it's been unfolded to all of us. You know, because it just brings up doubt, man. It just doubts the system. You know,
I mean, like you said, if they're gonna sit there and they're gonna charge her with OUI, they should charge everybody else, right?
they should. They
But they're
fucking
not
should.
gonna.
Of course
They're
not.
not. They're not gonna.
Of course not.
So what are we thinking? We thinking tomorrow afternoon we're getting a verdict, or do we think this is going to be a hung jury? People, do we think it's going to be another hung jury? Let's be real. How many people think there's going to get a not guilty tomorrow, or how many people think it's going to be another hung jury? What do we think here? Hung jury, or it's over?
Well, I wish I knew a little bit more about. I want to ask you a question. If she's not found guilty, like they, you know, they asked this question today about the times of her being, you know, charged with this OUI. You know, those, I mean, the blood alcohol test that she took happened towards the afternoon. I mean, right, early morning, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Or did they give her a breathalyzer at 5?
They gave it a breathalyzer that morning, bro. I didn't give it a breathalyzer. They took blood. That's what
On
they
the
do.
scene? On the
No,
scene?
not when she went to the hospital.
Yeah, but she left. She left with.
Left?
Well, she left with Jen and she didn't go in the back of a police car.
No, she got what do you call it? No, she got a breathalyzer. No breathalyzer. She got blood taken. She went to the what do you call it? She went to the hospital. 9 a.m. at the hospital. Remember when they sectioned her?
They sectioned her because she
'cause her
must have
dad.
left with Yeah, but she
left with Kerry. She left with Kerry. She left with Kerry, and then then the dad talked to the cop, and the father said there's pills in her bag. Was not blood test. The test actually can't be used. It was a serum test.
That's right, but it only happened after she
What the
got
fuck's a
sectioned.
serum test? What is that?
Serum. It's like they add
Serum.
serum. They add like
Shit to your piss?
No, well, it's kind of hard to say.
Someone will tell us, man. That's why we got to
Yeah.
chat. It's a blood
like
a blood draw at the hospital at 9 a.m. That's what I thought.
So a blood draw at the hospital at 9 a.m. and they're saying this shit happened. They're saying an accident happened,
Thank you, Marcus.
early morning.
It's a blood draw.
Little
That's what I
after.
thought. She got a blood test. That's what they do. They take your blood. As soon as you get to the hospital, they love to take your blood. They put a serum in the blood. Yeah, exactly.
And,
All right.
and
So
what it does is
test,
it enhances.
yeah, the
it
test is
enhances
the test is
toxicology.
allegedly the test is allegedly fugazi, but that's what happened.
So she could probably fight that on appeal because, I mean, I think it was way beyond the time. I mean, to be honest with you, like I said, they're saying, Jen's saying, I hit him. Everybody, all those EMTs, their story changed. They heard it 4 times. We all heard this shit in the very beginning. No one put her in a fucking police cruiser after hearing that. I mean, that would have been the time to fucking have them take blood. They'd do that shit in the fucking police station.
Indeed, brother. Indeed. Correct. Thanks, Doug. Karen's parents are classy. Love how they support her. Blood is spun and separated. Dutch bomb. Yep. E-Pags coming through. They measured the Billy Rubin in the blood. I feel like them asking if her DUI is from the night or the morning is a great indicator that it's also not guilty. Bev is not answering, may push them to a definite not guilty. So by Bev not answering them, EPAG says shit. They might say, fuck this judge, not guilty on everything. She can't answer a question, not guilty across the board. Becky said the same thing earlier. Great insight, EPAGs. I hope so.
So on that spin, if they say that, she's found not guilty of all these charges. But if they acquit or they can't come to a decision, JFK, that doesn't mean that she's not guilty, does it? Didn't you tell me this once before that Hank could stand up at the end and say, well, we still think that she's guilty of all these charges?
Yeah, but the point is, if she gets found not guilty, that doesn't mean that she's exonerated. That's what I said. Is that what you think? Is that what you're getting at?
That's what I'm trying to get at. Yeah, like she's not exonerated.
Yeah, Hank could get on the stand, and I mean on a platform, the podium at the end of it all, and make a statement and say, yeah, well, we still think we got our girl. She got found not guilty. There was reasonable doubt. He'll admit to the shitty ass police investigation. He'll blame it on that. He'll blame it on the misconduct of the police, but he'll say they had their girl and she got away with murder. That's what he'll say. He'll never say that there's another murderer out there. He'll still continue to say that she's the murderer, just like they did with Sean Ellis. She'll never get exonerated. She'll never get exonerated. What's going to exonerate her is the when that when that Google search comes out that it happened, how long to die in the cold. Because if that comes out that that's accurate, you got to understand, man, back to the word that I always throw around there, man, you got to trust your boy JFK, age well. This is not going to age well. Soon as she gets found not guilty, all the media, everything that had stake in this case that was paying
Shit's gonna
bills,
be fucked. All
it's
eyes
going to
on.
be like, yo, let's switch this around now. Now let's bring in this person for the how long to die in the cold and see what he says. And everybody's going to say, well, hey, it could have happened. It might have happened. And now all of a sudden, exoneration is on the table. Now all of a sudden, so if Hank Brennan does get up on that podium and talk some shit like that, if he says no comment, hey, cool. But, you know, he's a big shot, right? He might say no comment now, but sooner or later down the line, he's going to want to, you know, he's going to want to get on some platform and be like, you know, I did the best I could. You know, and he's going to, just like he did with Whitey Bulger, he's going to want the light because he knows he wants the pot in the movie. And that's going to come back and hurt him because now people are going to say, well, what about this how long to die in the cold? And what about this guy Higgins that you guys never investigated? Do you think he could have did it? And that's what's going to keep rotating around. And then it rotates to the phone call. It rotates to the back of the parking lot. It rotates to you coming here. It rotates to the dog bites. Big Bad Brian A. Then it rotates to his past in 1996, beating the shit out of someone, beating up one of his partners that they had. Remember, they had him as a witness.
Yeah.
They didn't bring him in. All these people start talking. And it's not going to happen right off the bat. No. But it's going to happen, especially when people start writing checks and say, hey, you know what? Because not for nothing, you make money off YouTube, right? So it's like, you know, or any platform. You got these guys that say, hey, I'll give you $5,000 to come on my platform to tell me about Big Bad Brian A. You know, I'll give you a couple thousand. You don't think a couple of thousand is going to get Big Bad Brian A's partner up on the platform for 2,000? I think he'll do it for 1,000. That's a lot of money, man. $1,000 just to talk for 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You do that 5 times in a week, you just made $5,000. I'm just saying that's at 1,000. I'm just saying, man, there's money to be made, man. So it's like, come on, it's not gonna age well, man. It's just not gonna, man. So when you know, we seen who said that? Cynthia Lynch, right? Is that who said it? Cynthia Lynch, excuse me. I'm dying over here. No, TG from SB. I forget what she said. Was it Cynthia Lynch? Yeah, Cynthia Lynch. She said, oh, we got another. Cynthia Lynch said it, I think. Melissa Harrison, she was not caught drinking and driving, not pulled over, not questioned on the scene. For real. Thank you so much.
For real.
I think Cynthia Lynch said, she said that she's going to miss us. And I told her, it's just getting started. This is just getting started. I'm a content creator for real. So best believe I can make the pivot. And we're going to have these conversations. And this Karen Reed shit is not going away. Because Big Bad Brian A., he didn't get on the stand. Chris Alp, they still going to answer to that waterfall video. Are we done doing the waterfall video? And best believe when we pull the cameras out and we do it bigger next time and we get someone, I mean, not for nothing, Kevy Kev 781, he could play a Higgins. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying his weight and all that. He could, what if we just start grabbing people who look similar, like as far as builds and all that shit goes? And, you know, I'm just saying, and we do it big time. We do a real reenactment video. It don't even have to be in the waterfall. It could be in Tony's, but we could do something similar. We could do some Hollywood shit. What happens when that happens? What happens when we take shit to the next level? What happens when we do our own short films? What happens when we do a short film in an LX 570 with a conversation between John O'Keefe and Karen Reed on the way to 34 Fairview? What I think they were talking about. What happens then? The algorithm's going to keep going. As long, you know what I mean? Because the killers are still out there. You still want to believe it's her? Okay, cool. The haters could still believe it. She's not guilty, blah, blah, blah. Okay. But I'm going to tell you, mainstream media, they're going to turn on all you people. They're going to, because they go by the court of law. She got found not guilty, so she's not guilty. So let's talk about the other people. And they're going to be on the hot seat. People are going to want to hear from them. And if they don't make a statement, and like I said, this ain't going to happen fast, but it's going to happen. If they don't sit down and talk to any of these people, then people will start coming at their necks. Trust and believe.
So I got a question for you. Do you think Karen Reed will join all of us?
What do you mean? Like on the fight?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. And it's no filter at that point.
And you
It's no filter at that point. You're damn right
and
she is.
that's right. And when that shit comes into play like that, shit can get opened up. When you can get that woman to come on and talk about a few things.
Sorry, guys.
She's
Sorry. Hold on a second. Sorry, guys, man. I'm coughing and sneezing. I don't mean to make the live all fucked up, man. Your boy's a little fucked up. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. Appreciate you guys bearing with me. But I'm here. Thank you. Yeah, go ahead, bro.
no, like when she, puts, an effort into finding some justice for, her loved one that ain't here.
Yeah.
Seeing what they just did to her.
Bro, there's gonna be no filter on Karen, bro. She could say whatever she wants about fucking Judge Bev, whatever she wants to say about Hank. Cynthia Lynch, what up, girl? Oh, J.F.K, I take it back. I just don't want to lose you. I love your show. Cynthia Lynch, we ain't going nowhere. And I'm glad that you said that, because that is the perception for a lot of creators right now. They everybody thinks that everything's going to be packed up. I don't think it's going to be like that, Cynthia Lynch. We got more shit to fight. They didn't get up on the stand, and we need to put these bastards out there. Yeah, she gets found not guilty, but you know what? I'm in it for doing your boy dirty. John O'Keefe. I'm in it to turn the O'Keefes around. You know what I mean? Maybe at that point I can have that conversation with Paul O'Keefe, not worrying about and intimidating a witness charge, because he won't be a witness at that point because there's no case. You know what I'm trying to say? Everything lightens up at that. Everything lightens up at that point. You run into Chris Albert, he ain't a witness anymore. Hey man, what's up, buddy? Hey, he threatened me. I'm a witness to a murder. You ain't a witness to no murder case now. The fuck, what I threaten you for? So you see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's a little bit touchy. We seen what happened. We seen the way Norfolk runs. So it's all going to be different, man. And the way life has its own funny way. Time has a funny thing. Time is a funny thing, and it has a way of opening doors and opening things up. So we're just gonna wait it out.
That's right. That's right. The fight ain't over.
Nah, absolutely not. Because we know what Higgins did, man. We know what Kevin from South Boston did. And listen, I don't try to get props from that phone call, but let me tell you something. Even if I did I was doing the waterfall video before the phone call. Now, if I would have did the waterfall video and someone else got the phone call, I would be the same way. Say you got the phone call, Kevy Kev, on your platform. I would be playing the phone call just like I do it. Because it would be like, wait a minute, he called that phone, your phone, Kevy Kev, because of that video you did? Oh man, we got to ride on that. So this is not about me being biased towards me. I know that it looks that way, and I guess you could kind of look at it that way too, because it is my show, and obviously it fits into what we're doing, as far as fighting for justice and bringing these points up. I get all that. But even if it was on Turtle Boy's show, the Jerk Show, and he called in, I would have used that piece of evidence, should I say.
That's
just
right.
like so my point is, it just so happens that it's going to land on it lands on this channel, so we're just ready for it, and we're ready to get ahead of it, should I say. We're ready to get ahead of it, and we're ready to be behind, be right behind that 8 ball, ahead of the 8 ball, should I say.
Yep. Yeah, he's fucked. He messed with the wrong motherfuckers.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, come on, we the people. It's just the beginning.
If he's out there watching, man, when this is all said and done, Kevin from South Boston, you gonna call us
Kevin,
back? Call us back and tell us you're wrong.
You said you didn't. You said you didn't say goodbye to no one.
I did leave. Yes.
You didn't say goodbye to John, correct?
I don't think I said goodbye to anybody.
What happens when you got to answer that question, bro? You still didn't get to answer that question. You said you didn't say goodbye to anyone. Okay, you didn't have to take the stand. That's cool. That's cool. But this is kangaroo court, bro. This is the fuckery donut shop.
You texted John O'Keefe, you coming here.
I did.
And that had 3 question marks behind it, correct?
Yes.
Why is a pizza man grabbing an ATF agent?
Did you text Karen about coming over to 34 Fairview?
No.
So at 12:20 a.m., after you left the waterfall and made your way over to 34 Fairview, you were more interested in getting John to come to 34 Fairview than you were to getting.
You didn't say goodbye to no one. What the fuck you doing right
Karen
here,
to come
bro?
to 34 Fairview.
No, that's not how I would describe that.
But you didn't text.
Why are you grabbing your head, man? Why are you all stressed out, Kevy Kev? I mean, excuse me, Kevin from South Boston.
Karen, correct?
Oh, this fucking guy, man. Oh, this dude, man. I am gonna smash him.
No, I didn't.
But you did text John.
Yes.
He's looking right through Chris. He don't give a fuck about Chris.
Okay, come on. Come on. Come on, motherfucker. Let's go.
You're so full of shit. You're so full of shit. You're so full of shit.
That bald spot on the back of his head, too.
Now, keep in mind, right? I want everybody to look at Jen McCabe. Jen McCabe still hasn't got called out for this either. Let's all look at Jen McCabe. He's saying, come on. This is at 11:58. He grabs his head. Let's look at it from the wide angle. Look in the corner. Look at Katrina, the one with the furry head, the fox fur on her coat. Look, she's staring right at Higgins, right after he yelled. You see it? And look at John O'Keefe way in the back. He turned around too. And way in the back at the bar, if you guys look all the way up, she turned around. Karina's looking right at Higgins. John O'Keefe is looking right at Higgins. And Jen McCabe is looking right at Higgins when he yelled that out. He yelled something out. Come on, motherfucker. Whatever he said something loud enough for everybody to turn around. Right? And immediately, if you look, Karina's looking, and immediately Jen McCabe runs over to Chris Albert. Immediately, she runs over to Chris A. And then John turns around, and they're face to face. But look at Jen when it's happening. Everybody look at Jen McCabe when it's happening. Look at how nervous Jen McCabe is. Look at her.
Yeah, you know, she's like, what the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck's going on?
She's scared to death when that's happening, and no one, so Cynthia Lynch, no one asked her this question. But we're going to ask her every single fucking night.
She knows. Jen McCabe knows her brother-in-law and how he acts. Both, I mean, there's 2 brothers over there. She's been friends with them since a kid. She knew what the fuck was going down.
Oh, yeah,
and you know what? And you want to know something else, man? Jen McCabe, she knew what was going down. But that stupid idiot was too fucking animated. She got too involved in this whole fucking bad thing that went down. She inserted herself way too much. Look where it got her. Caught up in all of it. She knew what the fuck was going down. She Googled that shit, how long to die in cold. They need to know when to put that dude out there.
Yep, she fucked up. She definitely
Shit ain't
didn't,
gonna
because
age well for her
we know
either.
for a fact Karen said, if Karen did say any word based on how we know how Karen talks, we know for a fact she wouldn't say how long to die in the cold. We know for a fact the big words that Karen used, she would not saying hypothermia is a big word, but my point is that's a key word, right? You know for a
Yes.
fact if Karen would say Google hypothermia, I mean, if anything to do with dying in the cold, she would use the scientific fact because that's what she does. She
Yeah.
uses she's not going to say how long to die in cold. She's going to say hypothermia. So like AJ said, you said how long to die in cold.
Exactly.
How wild is that? Unless we know more to report it to the court. I just don't think that this was planned. Any of this was. It wasn't planned. It wasn't planned. Donnie B. 100% wasn't planned. It was planned to out. It was planned enough to out. Big Bad Brian A and Chris A knew that Higgins was fucking with Karen. On that way home from New York, this is what guys do. He ran his mouth. He opened up his mouth that, hey, listen, you know that hot chick Karen that's always with that dude that lives up the street from you? The cop, John O'Keefe? I was with her. She came to my house. She likes me. Yeah, really? And that's how it happened. Well, he's over here. Whatever how it went down. She's at the waterfall. We're at the waterfall right now. Come on down. Let's see how they react. And it was a game. And Big Bad Brian A probably put Higgins on the hot seat. Like, listen, say something to him. If you feel bad about it, say something to him. Say something to him. Tell him that you're doing it. Don't be around his back. Because I'm pretty sure Big Bad Brian A didn't look at it as respectful. He probably looked at it like, wow, that was supposed to be your boy, though? That's some pussy shit.
Or,
as much as Big Bad Brian A's a scumbag, he probably was like, based on men's morals. I mean, come on, we all know that's violation. That violates the stipulations, right, Fettis? That violates the stipulations. God damn.
God damn.
You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm sure he was probably like, yo, if you feel a way about it, tell him. Be a man. Don't have her tell him. You tell him. And if he wants to shoot the fade, shoot the fade.
Or it could have been because we all know that she fucking was texting him for those weeks prior, and she said to him that John knows what type of person, blah 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 blah. He ran his mouth, and he was like, "What? What do you mean?"
Yeah, that too. That too.
That,
I think that
right?
came out. I think that's what came out. I think that's how he flipped it and he justified the hate.
Exactly.
He said, yeah.
He was like, "Yo, this dude's talking shit. This dude can't keep his mouth shut."
Well,
and
we don't
Big
know.
Brian
What more
A,
did Karen say? Did he circle back and ask Karen that again? Because when he said that,
he questioned her.
He said, wait a minute. He said, what did he say exactly? People in the chat. What did Higgins say in the text messages to Karen? I'm a stand-up dude. What did he say?
Because I would think
he'll let us know.
Yeah,
the chat will know right off rip.
All the people in the chat.
Oh, our chat holds us down. What did he say in the text that made Karen say, "That's not what I heard"? He said he was solid. Yeah, he did say that.
That he locks his door or some shit.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I don't talk out of school. That's what he said. I don't talk out of school.
Yep.
Thank you, LG.
Right there, those words right there, I could see
and
him.
The question is, let me
mouth.
just throw it back at you, Kevy Kev. That you got to ask yourself this question: did he circle back and go to Karen and ask her that question again, and a face to face? And Karen told him what he said. Like, what did he mean? Like,
did.
maybe she said, she just, he just told me that you and Brian Albert likes to drink a lot. Like, I'm just saying, I'm hypothetical. Like, disclaimer. Oh, God damn it. We're in the middle of a verdict, man. God damn, I got to throw up the disclaimer. I got to hit him with the horn. Disclaimer. I need the red in the chat. Like, man, God damn, J.F.K. God, it's already almost not guilty. Disclaimers. But hypothetical, in the hypothetical, did he circle back on that? Because I can't believe that he would let that go.
And I think that's part of the whole shit right there. He was like, he told Brian A, he was like, yo, this dude's telling people I talk out of school, talking to Karen about me and shit. Like, this dude can't keep his mouth shut. And Big Brian A was like, well, yeah? Well, then you need to shut that shit. You need to go and straighten that shit the fuck out. So I don't need him talking shit about me and you and the things we do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hold on a minute. What the fuck did you just say? Hold on. What did you just say?
I said, yo, we don't need him running his fucking mouth and having him talk shit about me and the things that me and you do.
God damn. We gotta take him up to 39,000 feet. Holy shit. Let's go. Kevy Kev. We don't talk out of school on this channel. God damn. Coming in. Let's go.
John O'Keefe, you coming here?
I did.
And that had 3 question marks behind it, correct?
Yes.
Did you text Karen about coming over to 34 Fairview?
No.
So at 12:20 a.m., the waterfall, and made your way over to 34 Fairview, you were more interested in getting John to come to 34 Fairview than you were to getting Karen to come to 34 Fairview.
No, that's not how I would describe that.
That was a great point, Kevy Kev. That was a great point. Kevy Kev coming through. Exactly. That would open up the door to that whole conversation, right? Like, what does he know about me? What does he know about me?
That would open up me? That would open up the door for some violence. Because now you're going to confront.
Hold on a minute. You're fucking up. Oh, you're fucking up. I just got us through the turbulence. Holy shit.
Damn.
That would what? It would what?
That would open the fucking door for the fucking violence.
For the what?
Violence.
God damn. You are wrong.
You wrong. You wrong.
God damn, man.
You wrong. You wrong.
Holy
you wrong.
shit.
You wrong.
Higgins, we got you, bro.
Based on your lyrics and fame, you wrong. You wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. This is Kevin from South Boston. Wait, is this Higgins? Higgins.
My man Kevy Kev said it will open up the door for some violence. You wrong. Let's go.
You wrong, you wrong. They was decorated dudes, acting like they real, but they faking up the truth. Medals on their chest, but they never paid the dues. I see through the lies, yeah, I know the real news. Is this Higgins? Nah, man, you wrong, you wrong. Trying to test the kid, but I've been too strong. Came from the south where we hustle all night. No fake love here, gotta keep the game tight. You talking like you know me, but you really just guessing. See me on the rise, now they stressing, confessing. Boston on my back and we moving like a legend. You wrong, better watch where you stepping. You wrong, they was decorated dudes, acting like they real, but they faking up the truth. Medals on their chest, but they never paid the dues. I see through the lies, yeah, I know the real news. Kevin called my phone asking, is this Higgins? Told him, nah, my dude, must be something that you tripping. They was talking big, but the stories don't match. Said they run the city, but they never left the patch. I keep it 10 toes, I ain't playing with the clouds. Say they run the game, but they never been around. Moving in the dark, but I shine when it count. You wrong, time to show 'em what's about. Yeah, nah, man. You wrong. They was decorated dudes, but they ain't real. South Boston, stand up. Yeah. Nah, man. You wrong.
That would open up the door for some violence. Holy shit.
Yep. I mean, could you picture fucking John O'Keefe running up in that motherfucking house, and they're like, yeah, they're down the basement, and he goes down there, and Higgins steps to him, and he's like, what the fuck? blah, 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 blah. They start passing words. And then you got Big Brian A like, yo, you hearing Higgins? You better keep your fucking mouth shut. It's too much. There was too much shit going on, man. Even the brother Chris. It's a fucking pizza shop, fucking barber shop, fucking. They're all fronts, man. Fucking, come on now.
Well, how about Colin too? How's that gonna age?
He's fucked.
Let's talk about
He'll
this.
never live that down.
Let's talk about this for a second.
If you don't get it in check, it will stop making decisions for you. And that's exactly what happened to Big Bad Brian A. See, he got on Boston's Finest. He got with Donnie Wahlberg.
Keep in mind, he was on Boston's Finest. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about how he's a boxer. Everybody, welcome to the chat. I go by the name of J.F.K.
I go by Kevy Kev.
And this guy that you're seeing right now, that's taping up his hands, wrapping his hands, he goes by the name of Big Bad Brian A. A guy that probably could kill somebody with his hands if he lands them blows right. Make you fall on the back of your head. He knows how to throw it left and he knows how to throw the jab.
Sergeant Albert cut his teeth as a Marine in Operation
Donnie Wahlberg talked to him. He cut his teeth as a Marine
Desert Storm.
in Desert Storm.
Abuses
Them hands could actually be the hands that killed John O'Keefe.
work back in Boston is equally important.
The Funky Bunch.
Never forget. He was on Boston's Finest. So he has a lot of ego, man. He's like Super Cop. So like back to the guy Pat that was John O'Keefe's best friend who committed suicide. Right? What about that?
I've thought about that. I got a little fucking scenario on that. You know, I think that dude knew too much. You know, I think that there was a little bit of a circle. I don't know whether it was fucking, you know, drugs, steroids, something, man. But something was going on. And I feel like that dude knew too much and got pressured. You know?
Yeah, I do. I do.
You know,
And there
I
was
mean,
one individual that replied several times, I hit him.
So she said, I hit him. She repeated it. You what?
She asked if somebody could be alive in the snow without a jacket for many hours.
At times? Yes. Raising her voice at times? Yes. Crying at times? I didn't see any actual tears, but that type of emotional.
I was personally given was just, I hit him. Oh my God, I hit him.
This is all my fault. This is my fault. I did this. And she was very hysterical.
She said, I don't think I'm ever going to see you guys again. And I said, of course you will. We're friends.
That someone said she had hit him. And she had said that they had gotten into an argument. She was sad because that was the last thing she had said to him was the argument, but she didn't go into detail on what the argument was about or what was said.
What's the mission if I could play that for the jury?
Yes.
Damn, dude.
and that right now, listen, that last little skinny cop or EMT dude that was talking, it was talking about the argument. I almost believe that dude. I mean, he sounded like, you know, if you listen to that little skit, you know, I mean, he said it almost like he didn't want to say it. If you understand what I'm saying, like I could just see it in his face that he said it, but he was just like, you know, he kind of like fucking fought it a little bit. But that stems back to that car ride. You know, we don't know what was said in that fucking car on the ride to 34 Fairview. So that's a mystery too. And there's only one other person that could speak on that. So, I mean that.
But here's the thing: they didn't call Paul O'Keefe this trial either. Paul O'Keefe didn't get on the stand this trial.
Yeah.
Right? He didn't get on the stand, and neither did his wife, Erin.
Nope. And I think, you know, I mean that he was like the dunk tank at the fucking carnival. You know what I'm saying? He fucked up. He played his little fucking flirtatious shit with some online supporter and ruined his whole shit, got exposed. I mean, I could see them not bringing him up there because he's already in the limelight and his credibility is fucking Deuce cheating on his girl that's sitting next to him in that courtroom. Fucking scumbag. So.
Yeah, that shit is wild, man. He fucked up. He feels guilty.
You know, the other thing that blows my mind is like, you know, it's so there's just mad coverage of this whole shit. Like you know, the way that, not to jump off subject, but I watched that whole fucking that YSL shit, that whole trial. I don't know if you remember that trial there with fucking, it's a Young Thug.
Yeah.
That was crazy, bro. The judge, they went through 2 judges.
Yeah.
One judge got thrown the fuck off. One lawyer got arrested in the shit. I watched that whole shit, man. I mean, the way the judge talked and I mean, it just blows your mind, man, about like where this whole fucking, it's the power, man. It's like a power trip.
It is, brother. It is.
You know, and what's and it's off subject again, but that whole Fanny case. I don't know if you ever looked into any of that shit. Like the fucking, is that out where that's Georgia, ain't it? That shit's fucked up over there. Out there in Georgia and shit. That lady Fanny, man, she was like the DA, the district attorney or whatever out there. She had people working. She had fucking her boyfriend working as a DA. The dude owned his own fucking law firm agency. She's going on trips with the dude. Fucking ended up being involved with that YSL case and shit. Illegal seizures, missing jewelry, fucking you name it. It's like the whole government needs to be taken the fuck down and rebuilt back up.
Absolutely, brother.
It's fucking scary. It's going on everywhere.
It is. It is. Well, I'll tell you guys this, man. We came, we saw, we're going to be at it in the morning time. We're going to be here for it. I appreciate everybody's time tonight. You got anything in closing you want to speak on, my brother?
Man, just
E-Pags, thanks for the Mind Games purchase too, E-Pags. I appreciate that.
Keep up the support. You know, just keep up the support for Karen, and you know, we're gonna get some closure soon. I feel, you know. I think JFK's right. Maybe sometime tomorrow we might hear something. Personally, I don't think it's a good thing to give them the weekend shit.
I personally think it's gonna be a hung jury, man. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion. And but I'll tell you this. If you guys want to listen to some music before you go to bed, go to my stream below this one. It says the Verdict DJ set. It's right below this one. I played some jams earlier. If you guys want to jam out to some jams, it was cool. I did that earlier. I went 2 hours early. I went 2 hours tonight. But I appreciate every one of y'all. And tomorrow I'm going to hop on during the day sometime. So put your notifications on. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to JFK. And make sure you subscribe to my man right here. If you ain't already subscribed, Kevy Kev. And with that being said, I go by the name of JFK.
Kevy Kev.
And I'll see you guys next flight. Peace and love.
Peace.
From the bottom, now I rose. Now this shit is set in stone. I can't leave my craft alone. Now I barely see my home.
Static Selector.
Barely see my home.
Power Wild, baby. Hey, from the start, all I had was hustling hard. The struggle is my fuel, but I do not harp. A lot of long nights hitting licks when it's dark. When bills due, me and lazy people depart. Prayer and meditation, gotta keep my mind sharp. Power Wild Mart, never been no mark. Move smart, big dog bite, but don't bark. Get you painted, I ain't talking about some art. The land of the free, that's a farce, cause everything costs. I upgraded from sleeping on the floor to a couch. From apartment to a townhouse, new ice mouse. Static Selected going out, bounce back from a loss. JFK grinding and barber getting bands. The whole team get paid if we stick to the plans. We suited at the Grammys, but we started off with grams. Supply and demand and expand, you understand?
From the bottom, now I rose. Now this shit is set in stone. I can't leave my craft alone. Now I barely see my home.
JFK, y'all.
Barely see my home.
Talk to him. Let's go. Cops on the scanner, them kids are in the street. The rats making profit cause they eating with police. Trying to touch their souls, but it's like they out of reach. So we hit them with some lyrics and we vibe to the beats. Baby mama wants some money, rent is due. But I spent all my money, yeah, what am I to do? Open case, in my bill under review. So it's fuck the PO and fuck the judge too. I'm stone cold, so what's the bottom line? Everywhere I go, I got problems on my mind. Trying to take it slow, and I know you wanna shine. They all want it fast, but they don't wanna grind. Life is a highway, we burning up the tri-state. We all try to get it, yeah, live it the flyway. Looking at you sideways, cause they all bitter. Stand up and fight, y'all, never be a quitter.
From the bottom, now I rose. Now this shit is set in stone. I can't leave my craft alone. Now I barely see my home.